Come on, somebody help me lift Jesus higher. Lord God, we come into your presence to bless your holy name because you are worthy to be praised. So we lift you up higher. We worship you. I give you glory every morning that you wake me and bless you with a brand new day. You are the sun that shines upon me. Yes, you are. I worship you in the present day. And mercy that you give me through all of the trials that I've been through. It's your love and your kindness that surrounds me. Oh yeah, Lord, you're great and you're mighty. Through you lift him. Lift him up higher. You ready? Jesus said, if I be lifted up, I will draw all men unto me. Won't you lift them up? Here we go. Higher. 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 Lift him higher.
Good evening. Welcome to D. Michelle Entertainment and Fashion TV show for another fun, scintillating conversation I'm your host, Sunny, and it is my pleasure and privilege to introduce to you our lovely guest, Robert Buddy Williams from our own New Jersey. Robert, how are you doing?
Great. It's good to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us in our set. We're so excited. What a great number that was. Did you really enjoy it? Yeah. Now let's hear more about Robert's journey. He comes from a musical and theatrical family and background. He's been singing in his church and engaged with the community through gospel music and beyond. So we want to understand more about Robert's journey, his origins, what inspires him, and where he is today. Robert, let's learn more about your family and how this whole inception of music and artistry and theater happened in your upbringing.
Well, first of all, it's in the blood, right?
Okay. Yes, indeed.
My mother and father were they were gospel singers. They sang in the choir. They sang in their local church choir, and most importantly, my father's family was musical, theatrical background. One of the first experiences I had was going to Broadway and seeing a Broadway show, Pearlie, Victorious, back in '69, starring Melba Moore. And my cousin, he was part of the cast, Ted Ross. Ted Ross is my father's first cousin, and he also played the lion in The Wiz on Broadway and in the movie. Wow. So, so we come from a very cool. We come from a dramatical family.
Yeah, for sure.
But my first experience though was at the Apollo Theater. Okay. My father taking us to the Apollo Theater. My sister and I, we didn't know where we were going. My father was just like, "Come on, let's go for a ride." So we were going for a ride. Didn't know where we was going, but we landed at the Apollo Theater and front row seats. And then when the band started playing, the Temptations came out in that green. They came out in green. Wow. Oh my God. So, and from there, I went to school that week, okay, bragging about my experience.
Of course.
But then most of our, I gathered a couple of friends together, and this is second grade, and I started a singing group, actually. And so we started performing for our classmates and for the teachers.
Now, how old were you then?
Second grade, so I must have been about 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, did you create this group
Yes.
together? That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back then, and we sang for the principal, we sang for everybody.
Yeah.
You know.
That music was very uplifting. I hope our audience, you enjoyed it. Now, when did you start singing in the church? Was your family singing in the church as well? Or?
Well, my journey in the church actually didn't start with singing.
Okay.
It actually started with playing the drums.
Interesting.
I started playing the drums in 4th grade. And I actually, like I said, I had the singing group, and then I started playing the drums. And then fast forward in college, local church needed a drummer. Okay. And so that's where my gospel music journey started.
I see.
As a drummer, and then I got off the drums and started singing in the choir. And then from there, it just continued to grow from there. Yeah. But that's how it started.
Now, what are you currently working on in your musical journey? We'd love to learn more about that. And
well, I tell you, right now we're promoting the second project.
Okay.
The second project is called Testimony. The song you heard that I just performed is one of the songs off that project. Written by my best friend Ricky Nelson. And so we're in the midst of promoting this Testimony project. And this project was like 8 years in the making. Wow. Like the lead song Testimony, God gave me that concept for that song back in 2012 when I was going through a real dark period. Okay. And it's funny how God will give you things, in the darkest times of your life. You have to be aware and pay attention. Of course. Even though you're sad, even though you might be down or depressed or whatever, but God will impregnate you with ideas, even in the lowest moments of your life. And I was at that point, and so He gave me the idea for the song, Testimony. And when I came out of that experience, my partner and I, we started putting the music together, and we started developing that particular song, and that grew to another song. Then he passed away, and then I continued the project. And so last year, before the pandemic, I only had like 4, maybe 5 songs for the project.
And how many do you have now?
Through technology, the project was finished in July.
Congratulations.
And it's a 12-track project.
That's brilliant.
Right. And so right now it's being heavily promoted in Nigeria.
Okay.
And now it's going over to Zambia, down to Zambia. And so they're calling for me to do concerts there. And but the music has really taken off in Africa.
Wonderful.
And it's not, music, radio is funny here. Radio is kind of political here. But over there, they love American gospel artists, whether you're independent or whether you're well-known or renowned, it doesn't matter. But we're very happy that it's touching lives, the music is touching lives, around the globe.
Of course.
Yes.
Now, our audience is inspired by the culture and the showcase we have through wonderful artists like you. We don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, but we would love for our audience to understand what was that turning point you were talking about in 2012 and God sent you this message. We'd love to learn through your journey how that shaped you and how that inspired you to write the song. We'd love to learn more about that experience.
Yeah,
if that's okay.
Well, a lot of times, when I write, God will give me an idea, and He'll give me an idea out of an experience, a real experience, And so as I was going through that experience, I got the words, I got a testimony, and it was like I was prophesying, I was in the situation, but the song was prophetic because I was actually talking about what I'm going to do when I come out of this.
What was that situation?
Well, the situation, it was a place where, I was, depressed. I'd gone through a lot as far as some false accusations and folks lying on me. And so I just got to a dark place where I just, was alone.
Of course.
I was alone, and for 3 months, I was alone for 3 months. Nobody around me, nothing. It was just me and God.
Robert, thank you for sharing that with us because the last year has been so rough on the entire world with the pandemic and everybody being quarantined in one's own, 4 walls. So thank you for sharing. Mental health and mental health awareness is such a big thing.
Yes.
And that's really why I wanted to understand what transpired. And music really transformed you to where you are today.
Exactly.
And I want to showcase to our audience that creativity comes through a lot of divine forms. And I'm so glad that you heard that voice to create this wonderful album. And we loved it. What's coming up next? We'd love for our audience to understand where you're touring this year. You said Africa.
Well, we've got a busy summer coming up. I'm also the lead singer of classic soul group Blue Magic.
Okay.
And anybody who grew up in the 70s, whose mother and father grew up in the 70s, know that Blue Magic was one of the hottest groups to come out of Philly.
Okay.
Their #1 song was Sideshow and Three Ring Circus.
Okay.
And so I've had the privilege of being their lead singer for going on 7 years now. And that experience actually came out of that dark place. When I came out of this, stuff just started happening, y'all. I mean, stuff started happening. And I'm going to attest to the fact that, doors started opening up. Once I said yes to, okay, Lord, okay, all right, I got you. Stuff started opening up, and that's something that I wasn't even looking for. And God gave it to me because I was promoting the song Testimony, and I was promoting it at R&B shows. And the promoter there, they loved the song Testimony, and then finally the door opened up for someone with my type of voice to be lead singer of Blue Magic. they liked my audition video, and the rest is history. So this summer we have a full calendar coming up. I actually start in Chicago. I have a gospel concert with Leandra Johnston in Chicago, July 9th. Nice. But we actually start in Connecticut, July 3rd. And we're doing a free concert here in Irvington, New Jersey for the seniors, July 1st. And so then from there we go to California, we go to Georgia, and then I think we've got a cruise we've got a couple of cruises coming down the line, and so we're going to be all over the place.
That's great. Any plans to go to Africa? You were saying they're interested in you?
Yeah, they've got a date, October 28th. They want to do a concert in Zambia. Amazing. We'll see about that. I'm still, getting some clarity from God on that, whether we're going to do it in person or we're going to live stream it.
Now, where can our audience find your calendar and follow your music?
They can find our calendar on our Facebook page, the Legendary Blue Magic Facebook page, our fan page. We got videos on there. We got pictures of the group. My music, you can find that on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, on all major platforms.
Lovely.
Okay, and so we're all over the place.
Great. Now, how does Robert, the artist, unwind when you're not chasing your passion?
You know what? I got some basketball to watch. This is basketball. This is playoff time, so you can find me watching basketball this time of the year. And I love movies. I also act. I've been in several movies, TV shows, and so I love good movies. So I usually wind down with a movie and some popcorn.
Okay, that's great. Robert, are you actively engaged with the community here in Jersey?
Oh yeah.
How do you tend to engage with the community? Is it through the church, or do you partake in other activities?
Yes, I've been affiliated with a food pantry for a number of years here in Newark. So. So we've done a lot of outreach when it comes to the less fortunate. We also right now, like I said, I live with a lot of seniors, so concentrating on the seniors. A lot of them have needs, and so we're going to try to meet those needs through our music and through other means, through other methods. I also, I have 5 children and 8 grandchildren. Wow. So they keep me busy.
They keep you busy.
They keep me busy. They have needs. That's true. I'm gonna be in the park this summer, throwing the football and running around.
That's good. What was the top 3 things that happened over the last few decades that have brought you to where you are? I'm just curious. So much has transpired. You've been singing since the 70s. Now, when you look back at it, what are the top 3 things you want to share with our audience, ending with this?
Yeah, top 3 things. Again, it was the exposure that my parents gave me, especially that Temptations experience. That was awesome. The second thing was the gospel music, being introduced to not major gospel artists, being able to work with major gospel artists back in the 80s when I was, young, and being exposed to, just greatness, being able to sing and be able to sing backup with great people, great singers. And so that sticks with me, and it comes out in my music. It comes out what I do on Sunday with my local church, with my choir, all that music, that great music from back then comes out. And I think the third thing that really inspires me is, everything I do now is with my children and my grandchildren of mine. And so, my children inspire me, my grandchildren inspire me to do, to go forward, to keep moving forward, and it's not just for me, it's for them,
I love that. You grew up in a family with theater and musical background, so you're continuing to inspire your progeny and your grandkids too. Are they all singers too, or writers? What do they do?
You can hear 4 of my grandchildren are on the CD.
Okay.
And then my son, I have a son who does a rap on the CD.
That's lovely.
And then I have one grandson, and he is phenomenal. He knows how to hold the mic. He knows how to do his moves. He's got it. He's got it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Of course, the grandfather would say that, but it's your talent, and I believe you.
He's got it. I mean, that boy, he has got it. Karan has got it. And he's had it since he was like 1 year old trying to mimic me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he knows how to work the mic now and makes up his own rap songs at 7 years old. So, amazing.
This is such a great story. I'm so grateful that you shared this with us. I come from a theatrical and talented family back as well. So my grandfather used to be an actor, so I'm very inspired.
So you know it's in the blood.
Yeah,
right?
it's in the blood. So this is so great. Thank you for showcasing your story with us. We're so excited. We do have one more song coming up for you with our lovely Robert Williams. But what I do want you to do is please go to his Facebook page. Check out the legendary Blue Magic, his upcoming tour. This album took 8 years in the making, so I'm sure it deserves our attention. Let's give him some love and let's follow his musical journey, at least through social media, and encourage him. We're so grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
having me. We wish you great luck, and we look forward to seeing where this takes you.
Amen.
Amen.
And you are welcome in, you're welcome in this place. I'm lost without you, can't do nothing without you, oh no. And you are welcome in, you're welcome in this place. My heart says yes. My heart says yes to your will, to your way. And you are welcome in, you're welcome in this place. Oh, ooh, and you are welcome in, you're welcome in this place. Yes to your will, Lord. Yes to your ways. And you're welcome in, you're welcome in this place, this place, this place. Yes to your will, Lord. I can't do nothing, won't do nothing without you, no, no. You're welcome in, you're welcome in this place.
Hi, I'm Demo Michelle, Donna Michelle Franklin. Thank you so much for coming with us tonight and joining us on our Friday night. Thank you so much, my special guest, Robert Buddy Williams. What a wonderful song that was. I'm so glad that you came and inspired us on tonight, inspired many viewers out there. Thank you again. And thank you, Sonny, such a host. Isn't he wonderful? Awesome. Thank you again. Come back every Friday night, 8 p.m., Demo Shell Entertainment and Fashion. Good night. Peace.